Hello, Eurovision fans. Welcome back to ESC Norway. And today we are joined by this year's Serbian contestant, Luke Black. Welcome, Luke.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm great. And you, kako se?
Oh my God, dobro, hvala. I'm
That's
good,
good.
thank you. That was great. That was great Serbian.
It's the only thing I learned. I went to school once with one from Serbia, and I always like to learn some small
Yeah, a few
phrases.
words. Yeah,
So that's the only
perfect.
thing I know.
We'll teach you more. We'll teach you more.
Excellent. I would love to. Would love to. I love languages.
Amazing.
So, Eurovision. And you, how did it start?
Yes. It started, I think, so I had this whole music planned out, and I realized that, the Serbian part of Eurovision is going to be held in March, which is when I planned to release Samo spava. And I thought, maybe if they elect me, that will be like a really good opportunity for me to perform the song, to maybe record the music video and everything. So I applied as an artist basically without any hope or expectations. And I, collaborated with my friends, and I won. And that was basically it.
Cool. Was it hard competition?
It was really like
Mm.
this year, as opposed to like years previously, like it was full of like music that I really love, especially pop music, alternative pop music, extravagant performances, really good songwriting,
Mm.
uh, a variety of genres, like in all in one competition. Like, if it was a miracle that I won, actually, because like there's loads of people that are really, 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 tried really hard, and they're amazing. And it was quite tough, especially the
Mm.
finale.
Yeah. What's your song about?
My song is about a critique of myself and maybe of the world, of sleeping while the world's on fire. It is,
Ah,
like turning a blind eye onto problems. And I kind of always critique the society by kind of like making making it as though I'm proud of the way I'm sleeping through all the problems, and it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of moment. So, you know, sometimes the world gets really overwhelming inside and outside, and then you just want to like go back into your cocoon and sleep and be safe. But I wanted to wake people up and, kind of try and make them fight for any change.
hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Because I looked at your song and I was like, what is this really about? Because the staging is, if you're not into the song, if you don't know anything about it, it can look a bit scary. It's like it's dark, it's black, it's mm, almost
Yeah, it was.
intimidating in a way.
I'm a really big fan of like horror films and science fiction
Ah,
films, and that was more of the aesthetics that's like close to me as an artist. But the
mm,
message is quite bright, actually. Like, we are
yeah,
in a very dark place on stage, and I'm trying to wake up my people, from
yeah.
being to disconnect him from the machine and the little evil robot. Well, not little, he's huge. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm battling with him on stage, and I really wanted to showcase my love of anime and video games. So that was the main inspiration.
Yeah, that's interesting. We do have a problem maybe in the world in general now with people where you have blocks of people that are really into things and going on the barricades and fighting for everything that's good. And then you have another part of the world who is like, yeah, whatever, it'll work out, you know?
It is kind of like, as an artist, I'm kind of, I feel the world's pain, I guess, in a way. Like,
Mm,
most of the times I'm not able to do anything myself, but I, like, rather than just completely ignoring it, I'm trying to actually maybe participate in the change, maybe by learning and kind of, uh, you know, um, seeing how other people are, or there is also problems that we have within ourselves that is not
Mm.
just like a global, or it's, we are a world within ourselves as well. So if we have
Yes.
like some inner problems, that's the problems of our own world. So that was kind of like my that is kind of my not kind of that is my message actually.
Yeah.
But there's so many layers to the song that I've learned,
Mhm.
with once you release something that you've written into the world, like everybody has their own meaning that connects them to the song, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud of people, and I love how people connect to it.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm not like aiming at anything in particular, to be honest.
No, that's interesting because when you say that, there are a lot of layers in the song, and I think that goes for most anything that we are presented, either it's music or art or anything. And I learned a quote once that took me years to understand, but I feel kind of fitting in this setting right now, that we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as it are, or as it is, correctly. And that took me
Yeah,
years to understand because we always view the world from our place, for what we have learned, what we have experienced, and that may not always be true.
true.
But
Yeah,
mm,
yeah. Yeah, definitely. That is something, like, that is quite beautiful, because like it does really, you sometimes the way you think the world works and the way you think the world is, it is not what actually is happening. And
mm,
that's where the learning process comes from, which I talked about. Like, there's so many things that I didn't know, and I'm clueless about. And once you learn about it and you start discussing, any problems, maybe even not close to your heart, I think that discussion creates awareness as well. So that is why it's important, it's to participate in the world.
yes, really true. So back to your music. You came, I think it was 2015, when you were signed the first Serbian artist with Universal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was huge, I guess.
It was huge for me, especially as someone who has been drawing the Universal Music logo on all of my little albums that I made when I was a child. So to kind of like be in Serbia and then be approached by a really massive record label at that moment, and to be go into history of being like the first person in that area to be signed in Serbia, to be signed, it was really a dream come true. And I've developed a lot, as a I guess like a professional in music,
Yeah.
through all the help that I got when I was working with them. So that was a really good experience.
Did you always want to work with music, or was that always a dream for you, or was it something that came along as you grew
I,
older?
wa- I wanted. There's a discrepancy of like wanting to do music and that I must do music. In
Yeah.
a way, I tried to like quit at times, as every artist like goes through ups and downs, but I always kind of went back to it. So I feel
Mm.
like it's like I don't know, like a very integral part of my being. um I I don't think I would be able to do anything but music. It is something that comes as a passion, and like, um, working on this song and kind of being in the Eurovision world, it kind of just hyped me up so much and gave me back the drive for music, which I thought it was you know dead or something, but it just woke me up like insanely, and I'm like 100%, like 24/7 within all of the communication, within all the creativity and music, and I love it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't change this for the world.
No, I'm kind of jealous, just to say.
Why?
That you get. But you get to be a part of this wonderful universe that is Eurovision. I'm just on the side here, just following the artists and loving the music. But what a dream to
You,
be on stage in Eurovision. Wow.
there is
Are
so
you
much
excited?
passion. Yeah, there is so much passion and so much discipline and so much excitement, but there's also a lot of like hard work, and there's a lot of
Mm,
stress, and it's not always easy to it's not just you go out and you perform.
no.
It's like loads of ups and downs that come before it. And
Yes.
like I feel like people don't see that with performers, but like I feel like every performer is there 100% and is included in all of the ups and downs. And
Yeah.
that there's a a side to it that like you might not like see, and it's not as enjoyable. But like all in all, meeting the
Mm,
people and hearing the comments about my song and kind of like connecting on a world level, I
mm,
think no stress in the world can actually be bigger than the beauty of like the Eurovision fans and
yeah.
the music.
Mm. That's what we talk a lot about with our artists that we engage with. This kind of special Eurovision love that you're forever part of history when you're part of this contest. And
Oh.
whether people love you or not, love your song or not, you are still incorporated in this wonderful little bubble universe that Eurovision is.
I
So you
wasn't
are
thinking
forever
about
now a
it.
part of music history.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it till now. But yeah, it's a really big
Yeah,
thing.
it
No
is.
pressure.
Nope, no pressure at all. We still love you no matter what.
Thank you.
So, do you have any? Do you play any instruments or writing songs by yourself? Or
Yeah, I'm writing. I write all of my lyrics on my own, and I
Mhm.
play the piano. I'm not a pianist, but I play the piano. Like I would be able to, go and perform an acoustic version or something on my own, and it will sound beautiful. But I always say like there's people who are pianists, so I never say like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I can play the piano. But I've been learning how to play the guitar as well.
yeah,
And I do a bit of producing on my own. I used to do so much production on my own when I was quite young, but working
okay,
with Universal and then working with other labels and stuff, like you always get the talented producers that
Mm.
are better than you. So yeah, I just kind of quit producing. In a way, I'm just doing like my little low quality demos now before working with anyone else. So so I wouldn't say I'm a producer, but I do produce, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a clear artistic vision for your work? Do you go in, for instance, when you're in the studio, do you have a kind of a picture in your mind that I want it to sound like this, I want these effects, I want this, or do you kind of take it as it comes along?
I don't necessarily have any inspiration for the genre and the sound. So for me, it's like an intuitive approach. I don't think of any chord changes or anything that's popular. I just do something and then I stick to the melody and I try to work around my idea with the team visually
Mm,
and within audio. Like with this song, I definitely this was more of like a passionate collaboration between me and my friend Majed from Lebanon, who went to school with me in London. We made this song during the pandemic. You can hear the Middle Eastern kind of influence that hit
yes.
close to his heart, and I wanted to really respect that. I didn't even think of, it should be this, chord progression or not. It was just a
Mm,
very natural thing. And
yeah.
then we made it quite like hypey with Ben from Come and Have a Go from UK as well. um, so it was really random. Maybe I shouldn't be as random as I am, but it's really like I just think like there's no thought process behind it, just pure like emotion, and the words and the lyrics were not even changed apart from
Yeah.
it being translated a bit. But I wrote it and I was like trying to rewrite it because it's a good thing as a songwriter to rewrite your things, but I just didn't do it. I just felt
Mm.
like this song was, it just came out, and I wanted
Yeah.
to respect that, like that burst
Mm.
of inspiration.
Exactly. It's good enough on its own feet immediately.
Thank you so much.
I feel like that. I really like the melody line of it. It's very haunting. It's very
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
hooked on
that
it. I sing it a
yeah,
lot.
that's my one of the most beautiful things that my friend Majid came up with. Like he sent me the piano, and I just, we wanted to make a song for like a film that was more like a
Mm.
Blade Runner esque inspired film, and it
Yes.
was a very long composition. But we ended up like just turning it into like a wake up call pop track, I
Yeah.
guess. And it was really, really, really beautiful.
Mm. It really is. Do you have
Thank
any?
you.
I'm sure you can't tell us too much at this moment, but do you have any visions for the staging in Eurovision? Will it be more of the same or other elements,
Um,
maybe?
I think like I always say, like the spirit of the performance will remain the same. What I really think is really important is the message of the song and the
Yeah.
performance. I don't say "wake up" in the song basically, but I'm trying to show it rather than say
Yeah.
it through my performance. And I
Mm.
think, no, I think like it will definitely remain the same, but it will just have a bit of an upgraded aesthetic because like the stage in Liverpool is massive and
Yes.
glorious, and we want to use everything that Liverpool has to offer to
Yeah.
bring our little things and just make them bigger and stronger and more. Oh wow! Do you see the effects of
Yes.
the
It's
sun?
amazing.
Ooh, okay. um, Basically, yeah, that is what's going to happen in Liverpool. Sorry to digress.
It's cool. It looks like you have a halo.
Yeah, I am an
Yes.
angel. I am literally
Yes,
an
you're an
angel.
angel.
Look at this.
Wow.
Healing
That was
hands.
perfect. I can feel it all the way.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
So fun. Well, do you have any plans after Eurovision? Are you releasing music? Are you writing more?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Mm.
going to be releasing more of like projects. There are songs that I consider even better than this one, so I'm just
Ooh.
gonna, well, I mean, this is the song that's like closest to my heart, so there's
Mm.
nothing better than the message that I carry with this song. But like you get excited for new things as an artist, so I would say
Yeah.
they're better, but maybe they're not. um, but yeah, definitely more and more music, more and more, flirting with the world messages, and like with deep messages. Nothing fun, but everything serious, but very poppy and dancey. Yeah,
That sounds
but yeah.
great. But I'm guessing it's fun in the making. When you make
It
it, it's
is.
fun.
It
Yeah.
Working with my team on everything is like I don't know. I can talk for hours about how I love everyone from my team.
Yeah.
Like that is, it was like 10 years in the making to meet people
Wow.
and get disappointed and then meet other people and then get, start living in another country. And, it was, but this was like 10 years in the making, like to have this project and
Yeah.
everyone and then everybody on the same wavelength. Like it was beautiful.
So you have found your people, so to say.
Yes, and with
Yeah.
new people that I meet. I met loads of
Yeah.
artists from Eurovision from this year, and they're really amazing. Having so much fun with them, it was great. So I,
Cool.
I mean, it was a really life changing experience. I visited Sweden on their pre-party,
Yeah.
and um, yeah, it was beautiful.
I can imagine Sweden is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to any other pre-parties? London, Madrid, Amsterdam?
Uh, yeah, probably yeah,
Hmm.
because London is something that I should visit because like it's my home as well, um, and Amsterdam is great because I have a song called Amsterdam, and they like to like perform it finally in Amsterdam, and Madrid. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I would like to visit Tel Aviv as well.
Mm,
Um, so those are kind of like the countries that I have my eye on, and I would love to meet people there.
yeah. Have you been checking out the competition this year, the other artists? Or are you too
Yes.
busy with your own?
No, no, no. I haven't checked the competition before I won because I didn't think I
Mm,
would win the national selection. But after that, yeah, it's the Nordic countries that like stole my heart.
mm,
Sweden, obviously, but also Norway
mm.
and also Finland
Yeah.
are kind of like for me like something that I vibe the most with.
Mm, fancy. Has Eurovision been something that you have been following before, or is it kind of new to you?
Uh, I had a bit of a love and hate relationship. Well, hate, I mean, but
Yeah.
like watching it sometimes and sometimes not. That's what I mean by
Yeah.
it. But
Mm,
I watched it last year, yeah, religiously because one of my close friends, Constructor, was representing Serbia. Yeah,
mm,
I was in disbelief when she won the national. That's kind of how I applied because I saw that she won, and I thought,
mm.
oh, maybe there is a place for us unknown, unimportant artists. So I applied, and she gave me the award when I won, and that was like such a great experience. I can't even explain it. I
Oh,
always
must have been surreal.
smile when I think about it. Yeah,
Yeah. Now, that was a great entry from you last year. That was really something special. I like kind of these entries that are, to say, out of the ordinary on a way that is more exceptional, more
yeah.
unexpected in ways. It brings a diversity to the contest. So it's
I
really
think this year
fascinating.
there's loads of diversity in the
Yeah.
contest.
Mm.
And as much as I love that there's so many different things, then there is like loads more competition because everyone's so good. So it's a double-edged sword in a way. Like, oh yeah, I would like more concept and more conceptual songs, and then everybody appears with that, and they're better than you, and you're like,
Exactly.
no, yeah.
And I'm sure it will be a fun experience either way.
It will be. It
Yeah.
will be.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't wait to hang out with the contestants as well. There's like contestants from Slovenia that I can't wait to meet. Like we're all having, same sense of humor, and Croatia, and like the to kind of like meet finally those artists who I've known about. And I met the representative from Norway. I have to say
Ah,
we bonded really well in a similar sense of
nice.
humor. And yeah, I have to meet the representative of Finland as well. That is going to be really interesting,
Yeah, I'm sure.
beautiful. I can't wait.
That's so fun. And maybe we'll get some collaborations out of this as well.
There might be, yeah.
Hmm.
It's we'll see.
We'll see.
When I collaborate with people, I like to be in the room with them a bit to see
Yeah,
like how the energy goes, and I'm really
exactly.
distracted by this, but
Yeah.
how the energy flows and everything, and then from there you get the most beautiful things, and that's
Mm,
how I met the team as well. It wasn't like a thing I had to be in the same room with them and hang out with them and talk
mm.
about things, and there most beautiful ideas are born from
Yeah,
there.
I so agree with you. You have to be there and check out the vibe and see,
Yeah,
does the energy flow the right way, to say, so to speak. That's when
def-
beauty happens in art, in
yes,
music, and everything.
yes, 100% agree.
Oh, this was great talking to you, Luke. Thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for being distracted by
No,
the
it's
my
so
own
fun.
being
It's really,
visible.
it's really something special. You are like an angel.
Oh, wait till you get to know me.
We all have both sides, you know.
Yes.
I wish you all the best in Eurovision and afterwards, and crossing fingers for you on stage in Liverpool.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much.